G'day. What I want to teach you today is how to use the track saw using the little circular saw here, the little Festool circular saw. So let's get started. We've got our safety gear, safety glasses, some earwear, we've got a rubber mallet and some clamps, and the clamps will go on the track. And the clamps just push up and then we slowly, finger tight only, turn the clamp. I'll show you more about that in a second. We've also got a bit of inox here, and the inox we can spray it on our track, and we can clean our track with a rag and inox, and that helps the saw glide on the track. Now what we're trying to achieve today is, this is your back panel, and we're trying to achieve a square top to the back panel so that it finishes off really well. So it's a technique I want to show you. We could do it on the table saw, but we're going to use the track saw. So let's get started. We're going to start by clamping the job to the bench here. You can see I've got a little bit of wood in the vise. I've got my red clamp here. Clamp that off. I'm clamping that down. Oops. I've clamped that down, so it's well and truly fixed to the bench. I'm going to lay my track over the top, and this is the tricky bit. We've got our clamps, and I'm going to slide it in the end. There's a little groove in the end. I'm going to slide it in the end, and these slide up really easily with your fingers, sliding it up, and I'm going to slide it up the other side, sliding it up till they hit your job. Now, I'm just bring the track out to the edge. Now that's quite close. That's quite close. So let's get started. Now you won't be able to see this, but I'm going to lift up the little F clamp, lift it up, and just tighten it ever so slightly. So there's a little bit of movement. I'm grabbing my construction square and my rubber mallet, and we just want to square this track up. Now I'm holding that there, just a little tap, just tapping it back the other way, and you can see I'm being quite fussy, but I want it square. So that is really good. That is really good. I'm squatting down, I'm just tightening that up a little bit. So now we're ready to go. So I'm pushing that aside, grabbing my eyewear, putting my eyewear on, putting my earwear on. But before I do, we're just trimming this tiny bit. It's only about 5mm. Here we go. Let's get started. So my track is going to run along the circular saw is going to run along the track, and here we go. So that was painless. So what we're going to do is undo these clamps underneath, and this is really important. We're going to slide it all the way out. It's got to come out, lay it on the bench, slide the other side all the way out, lay it on the bench, remove our track. I've got two of them, and I'm just feeling that edge. Now I'm undoing my clamps, undoing the other clamp. Now look at that edge. It is trimmed beautifully. Got a nice parallel line. It's exactly right angles to the side of the ladder, and that's ready to be screwed on with your hinges. Okay, now get to work.